Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to another Xbox 360 Fight Night. Here we go. I had to pull out my old camera because my other one that was newer decided to die on me, and this one's flickering, so at least I'm not lagging or freezing so far. Let's do this fight night round 2. Leveling up my guy. Yeah. Like before I go on stream, I actually have to like
EA Sports. It's in the game.
I have to basically make sure that the Xbox 360 reads the PC. Yo. There we go.
What it do?
Yesterday I was playing out Alliance, which was a lot of fun.
West Coast enough.
Probably gonna play that one.
I got my nephew Young Dre up in the kitchen. Can you dig it? Oh, fight night.
The music is great in this game.
Here we go. Got everybody saying. Got everybody saying. Got everybody saying. Stepped out the crib about 7 p.m. Gave a little homie some ends and shine my rims. I got riders and road dogs and my friends. It was a hot sunny day in LA. The story begins with my low doggy dog on my black phone. Oh, it's fight night tonight. Place your bets, it's on. I'm on my way from my hood, got that good for show. I'm the champ in this game, but Snoop already know. Southpaw combination
Coming after
going
you,
for
Stanley.
the KO. We at the studio blow, taking phases on. I'm chill, big, undefeated in squab and hold the throne, hollering chill while I'm weaving. Everybody saying, come on. Got everybody saying.
This is going to be a tough competitor.
Five ones, blue chucks, and they buckled up. White tees on my back, and I'm knuckled up. Getting ready for a fight night. I love the nightlife. See, I'm a east side rip riding sleeves side. Back to the criminal set. I'm on a mission. Listen, with the homie from kitchen, we said tripping. Kids, get your parents' permission before entering the terror dome. Doggy dog is in your home. He say, she say, I say EA. Cause it's all in the game, baby. Make noise, slicing, dicing. Hit you in the chin like my nephew Mike Tyson. Flash is the masters. See, I'm a great heavyweight like Cassius. Or was it Ali? I gotta go. I'm headed to the video game stuff to get fight night. Got everybody saying. Got everybody saying. blue little plastic cup. Ali and Tyson beat them down till they don't get up. It's like the Fight Night Academy, and everybody mad at me. They all out of when I'm energized like a battery. Cuz fire up, push it.
Welcome to our pay-per-view special. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. And we welcome you to the New York Arena in Midtown Manhattan for tonight's main event. 10 rounds in the light heavyweight division between these two great warriors. He's making his way to the ring right now, and you can just see in his eyes what his intentions are tonight. Burke's coming down to the ring, and you can tell with that zip in his step that he plans on this one being a spectacular. Everybody's been waiting for these two to meet up. Now they do, as round one is underway. If you made a checklist of advantages and disadvantage, obviously you'd want the advantage of hand speed. But you've trained many a guy who's been on the other side, where his opponents had the better hand speed. What have you told him?
Well, I tell him make it a muddy track. You know, Secretariat must be the fastest horse in the world, but on a muddy track, things change a little bit. Step out of range. Don't allow the kind of landscape, the kind of track that will suit speed.
That wasn't able to land. And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. Good looking counterpunch. Whatever game plan and strategy they may have come in with, Teddy, they may have just thrown it out the window. They're trading blows nonstop in the round one.
Everything's been thrown out the window. Everything in the room is going out the window, and we love it.
Bob and weave, bob and weave, bob and weave.
How about that? 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. All landing. Parries that punch intended for the head. Every fight
right
takes
the
on
bell.
its own
Come
unique
on.
personality. And this fight looks like it's going to be a matching of wits, a technical display.
Yeah, if it
Matching
was a
of
chess
wits.
match, it wouldn't be a lot of knights jumping over to castles. It'd be a lot of pawns moving forward very steadily.
That is a big right hand after eating one himself. Punches and bunches. It worked out well there with that combo.
Yeah, you know, the early punches set up the late punches.
Well, we got an undefeated fighter in the ring in here tonight. Now, Teddy, if you're in the opposite corner, what are you telling your charge? He's facing an unbeaten man.
Well, what you tell him, Joe, is that this guy's in a lot of trouble because he hasn't been to the neighborhoods, the places you've been, and you're about to take him to that place.
Burke's defense did a good job there, able to avoid that punch.
Oh, I missed that.
down in the later stages of this round. He's going to try to survive it. Somehow, some way, he's going to continue on here.
And if he's going to stay in this fight, now he's got to avoid his opponent like the Black Plague.
Burke's recuperative abilities being tested to the limit here. Just 60 seconds to gather yourself after being knocked down in the last round.
Now, we talk about the fighter, but it's important right now for the corner, for the referee, for the doctor to know that he does have those kind of recuperative powers. So they give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the ref gives him a little more time than he gives somebody else.
Whoa.
Able to cover up that gut.
It is not moving. Come on.
Burke's able to avoid that punch.
Oof.
That is a
This
big
round is
right
definitely
hand
his.
after eating one himself. Ten seconds to go in this third round. And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay. And he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
There he is on the inside, doing well. Perfect example of what you get when warriors decide to act like warriors. These two have acted that way all night long.
They've acted that way, and they behaved that way, and they have been that way all their life.
Able to counter that attack. I don't know.
Oh!
Big headshot puts him
Damn.
down.
Ow. Damn. That hurt.
1, 2, 3.
Shit.
So he goes down, but able to get up to his feet. Teddy, what should he be thinking about now?
Well, right now, just surviving, but if he survives, then he better figure out why he was put on the floor.
And there's a clinch after clearly being damaged. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Well, that's the classic wet noodle foundation right there. He's on wobbly legs.
Yeah, and it's not al dente. It's really, really
Not
wet
al dente.
noodles.
Nice.
Well, I don't know if he's hip to the idea of becoming a counterpuncher, but I get the sense you'd agree with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got the perfect platform, the perfect form for it. The guy's walking in right now, not moving his head much. He can time him, he can counter him.
Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now, look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, reach out to grab his guy.
Oh, that's got to hurt. The leg snake stunned, and he is hurt. Protecting his head well with his guard. He just missed that shot up top. Trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Blocks that punch. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. I don't necessarily know that I like what he's doing right here. Yes, he was knocked down, but to completely change styles, how does that necessarily benefit you?
Well, it benefits you in one possible way, where your opponent gets a little taken by it, a little put off by it, a little confused by it, and he leaves you alone. It buys you a little time to recover. But it can hurt you because really the thing that brought you to the dance was the thing that now you're thrown right out the window.
10 seconds to go in this round. Really fun-looking fight so far here. We've reached the halfway mark. Teddy, your impressions as to what we're going to see in the second half of this fight?
More of the same. I don't think these fighters know how to do anything, at least tonight. They came here with this mentality.
Wow! Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. Burke's mounting a comeback here, Teddy. Things were going against him. Now the tide has turned.
Good things come to those who wait, or those who persevere. He persevered, good things are happening.
Right up against. This is going to take some guts to get up from this. Once again, he goes down.
My first loss.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He went down from a big shot. Now he's got to have some big guts to move along.
You're going to find out exactly what he's made of.
Burke's sitting here wondering why he's getting hit so much. How about this? You're not moving your head at all.
Well, how about don't wonder about it? You weren't taught that probably in the gym. You didn't work on that in the gym. Well, it's not going to come to you suddenly when you're in the arena.
This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, when special effects have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. To another very entertaining round in what has been a very entertaining fight. A fight where there's just bad intentions. A fight that just doesn't have the feel of a fight that's going to be a decision win for somebody. Looks like somebody's going to get stopped.
Right from the beginning, they've been fighting with desperation. Like going the decision, as you just touched on, has not been in their minds at all.
Burks is doing very nicely on the outside here in this fight. Burke's jab on the outside. That has really been the difference maker here, hasn't it, Teddy?
Yes, it has. But the most important thing is, you know, everybody says, hey, just use your jab. You control the outside. Hey, jab's a great weapon, but it can be very dangerous. You throw it from a little too close, you could get counted with that right hand. He's throwing it at the perfect distance, getting full extension on that punch.
Through your career, Teddy, you have trained fighters who have different physical makeups, different mental makeups, but many of them have gone on to win world titles. What is the one common trait they all have with their approach to training?
Well, they might not have it at the beginning, but they develop it as they go on. And it's two things. One is to separate the truth from the lies. To understand what they have control over, which is everything. Sometimes early on they think their opponent has control over those things. But they always have the choice to make a decision and be able to deal with something or not. And the other thing is to not allow pressure to distort time, where they think a moment, a difficult moment, is going to go on forever. It's only a couple seconds. And if they get past those couple seconds, they're going to be okay.
Oh, very nice. Smart counterpunch there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You make the guy miss, you make him pay.
The Latin Snake's last round was a big improvement. I mean, that's more of what he's trying to accomplish in this fight. Down on the scorecards, but now things headed in a better direction for him.
Yeah, to me, he was cooperating with his opponent before. Right now, he's arguing with him. Hey, arguing is good in boxing.
A good block. Tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him. Twists and turns and the non-stop battle, it continues on as we've reached the 1 minute mark to go. Blocks that punch.
Smart. Oh!
Well, this round comes to an end. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. This is one of those fights, Ted. It just feels like to me where it's going to be tough to really score. I mean, it's been a close fight.
Yeah, it's a hard fight to score because you have one guy maybe a little busier, but the other guy makes up for it because he's a little heavier with those blows. So it's a matter of maybe the taste of the judges, what they prefer.
Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside of his jabbing.
There we go.
The Latin Snake's in a bad place right now. He was tagged. He was stunned and staggered moments ago. Now he's right back in the fight looking pretty good.
Yeah, some guys take a little longer to recover. One of his strengths is he recovers real fast.
Stamina stuff. To the sugar.
Double jab upstairs. This is just beautiful to watch. Watch how he just links one to the next, Teddy. A beautiful sequence, almost like musical notes being played.
Well, exactly. It's a nice tune because it just follows. One, as you said, follows the other. Nice and smooth.
Really wanted that uppercut, but just couldn't get it. This has been a very entertaining fight. A little time to reflect here at the end of this round. My thoughts being this. I would really be surprised if we go to a decision here. It just has that kind of feel to it.
Yeah, it has a feel to me like going to one of those places where you can eat all the pasta you can for one price, you know? And some guys get carried away. They eat about 5 bowls. Well, these guys, they're going to have a stomachache at the end. Somebody is going to wind up not standing at the end.
Good defense, just covering up down low. Doubling up the jab now. Burke's not showing us that he understands just how effective he can be if he went downstairs against his opponent.
Yeah, well, you know what you're saying, Joe? You're taking a peek and you're taking a swipe without meaning at his trainers. Because what he's telling you is he hasn't been taught some of the rudiments of boxing. That when you hurt a guy, you should go downstairs to finish him.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Very accurate work. 3-punch combination serves him well.
This is turn. Oh.
Wow!
It's over.
The Latin Snake stunned and he is hurt. He goes down. Oh, he may be close here. Can he survive the round?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Then
9, 10.
first last.
In the place to be, needles in your eyes, ask you what you see. It's me, Rowski, never ever the whack. Apply face to ball, and frost, fake fact. Debonair with the savoir faire, expressed in the flair, dare few compare. Electrifying these fly, he's been Franklin on the mic. Tight shoot was the tight when he rocks, rock the mic right. Say me, blow your cool out loud. You CPR for wounded ego, see the wolf cry sheep. Got so much flavor you can taste this. You taste this like Deo gum, so refreshing. Feather sore heights you obtain. Man, I feel like Chuck Yeager and my body's a plane. You old school, but next without being nostalgic while you sucking your thumb, waiting for the best to come, but there appears to be none, with the exception of one. I'm not sitting rule breaking, ground shaking, devastating, way creating, making news, never faking, rock the nation worldwide, worldwide. Relax and right, see tight, nice, think twice. All the fools know it's flow so sick and tight. Damn, it ain't right. Yeah, the mic is mine and you can't get it back. Why follow trends? We seen the movie, so we know how it ain't fly. Even if you flap your arms like a bird, my zodiac sign reads do not disturb. Gonna bow, step on your action like a bird. Non-believers with my foot, so they grew another limb. But I'm to y'all and I don't give a fly. How you riding, who you shoot. Fit an axe to your identity. your skull like a unicorn. Double healing me, ego hollow as your halo for hat. Unless you succumb to cataract. As clear as a view from the tip of your nose, the evidence of your eye inside. Play your hater number one of all that.
All right, let's go. Speaking of wicked moves. Get your hands up.
What the frick?
Don't stay too close.
Wow. Oh my god, this guy's really coming at me now. Look at those scores I used to rack up. Kind of crazy.
My opinion, go and get burnt up like old incense. Stay poking holes like I'm Vincent. Like detention. Wanna talk now, he repenting. But I'm outside the church that he went in. When he get out, these feet gon' be in him. Jump kicking like Bruce Lee in him. But they trust in me like Fox. Cause I try to spit rhymes for the have-nots. Stay funky like.
Alright.
Everybody, Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to Chicago and the famed Aragon Ballroom for our main event. 10 rounds in the light heavyweight division between these two great warriors. All the talk, all the hype, now the fight. Round one, scheduled for 10.
I think most people would probably figure if we were to make a checklist of the advantages and disadvantages you want in a fighter, superior hand speed would definitely be a big advantage. But you've trained many a guy who's been up against the guy with better hand speed. What have you told them?
I've told them that that's only one dimension. That's only one thing. Turn that against them. Make it a kind of place where they can't use it.
But gives one. Good work by Burke. Good way to protect the midsection. coming his way. He does not look good at all. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offense. Wow! He gets to him with an uppercut. Oh, man, he's in rough shape after absorbing that blow. Good, strong uppercut. He comes right back with it after taking one. Oh, what a great ability to recover. Berg's proving to be elusive. Last 10 seconds of this first round. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own.
All right,
A left hand scores.
The
Latin Snake's corner has to feel good about what they just saw. I looked at the punch stats, and you can see that he was able to land more punches than his opponent. And Teddy, I mean, there are a lot of facets as to how you score a round. But at the end of the day, most people are going to go with the guy who landed more punches in a clean, effective way.
Yeah, exactly, especially if the other guy is not throwing enough. And right now, that's what's going on.
Able to dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes back with an uppercut. Here's one for you now, he says, right back with the left hand. Off the mark there. Teddy, if you could only pick out a few characteristics for a fighter and apply them to them, what would they be?
Well, I think first of all would be the ability to overcome and the ability to be dependable. Everyone looks at the neon things, the speed, the power, they're tangible. We feel comfortable with those things. We can grab onto those things. But what about the talent of somebody being able to make a choice, a hard choice, in a very dark place?
Final 10 seconds of round number 2. The Latin Snake's resting up after a round in where he was so very accurate. And Teddy, if you want to have one single quality out there as an offensive fighter, accuracy is among the ones you want to have.
Yeah, and to be accurate, that means you have to be calm. And you have to be smart, that you know that you're putting the punches in certain specific places for a reason. And boxing is not just about the strongest guys. It's supposed to be, and it usually is, about the smartest guys.
Berg's able to avoid that punch. Flush with the combination upstairs. Now this is exactly what I love out of an offensive fighter, Teddy. A guy who's able to put together the multi-punch combinations and make it look like it's just the sweet science.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you can do when you have good fundamentals. Not just good physical ability. That's only part of the equation. But just good technical ability. And that's what he's doing. He's snapping his punches. They're nice and clean. They're crisp. They're short. They're together.
from those punches. Parries that punch away. Last 10 seconds of round number 3. The Latin Snake's probably thinking that he just won that round. And with good reason, Teddy. He was just busier.
Yeah, he was busy. He's controlling the tempo, is controlling the pace of the fight right now. You know, simply put, you're watching two guys and you say, that guy's the boss, that guy's not.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Burke sitting here wondering why he's getting hit so much. How about this? You're not moving your head at all.
Well, how about don't wonder about it? You weren't taught that probably in the gym. You didn't work on that in the gym. Well, it's not going to come to you suddenly when you're in the arena.
Blocks that belt line well. We just have not seen the big shots from this guy. He is not throwing the power punches, Teddy. What would you say to him?
Well, first of all, I would say to him, what do you think, that he's going to make a deal with you? If you don't hit him hard, he won't hit you hard? No, no, it doesn't work like that, my friend. He's going to get confidence now. He's going to take advantage of this.
Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
Another flush. There it is! Burke's been stunned. He is in a real bad spot right now. Maybe a punch or two and he could be on the deck. Oh boy, he's got to get right to the inside. Just go bear hug this guy.
Either that, Joe, or maybe as big a long shot as this might be, his opponent now is coming in there not worrying about him at all. And he's leaving himself a little bit open. Maybe he can land a bomb. He can land a lucky shot.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
There he is on the inside, doing well. You get the sense that they know no other way how to fight. They are going at it, back and forth, toe-to-toe, punch for punch. Wow, crushing blow upstairs.
Woo! Right in the ear.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So he is able to get up to his feet after that knockdown. But Teddy, it's what's ahead that's the problem.
Yeah, we're getting a peek right now into his heart, into his soul.
So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
Combo lands to the head. Holy cow! Burke stunned and staggered. Oh, look at that. He's hurt. But hey, I give him credit. He's smart enough to know what to do now.
Yeah, the referee needs a crowbar to separate him.
Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. Burke's really disappointing us with his lack of work to the body.
Yeah, it is.
Boy, what guts to stay in there and gather yourself again after he was taking a beating.
Yeah, what guts, what instincts, and what a set of whiskers.
End of the round. So he scores the knockdown and now heads back to his corner. Teddy, do you ever have to calm a guy down after he scored a knockdown?
That's a really great point, because a lot of times that can be the turning point. But not for your guy that scored the knockdown, for the other guy. Because sometimes when you score a knockdown, you start to think it's going to be an easy night. And you forget what you knew when you came in. That it wasn't going to be an easy night. You were going to have to bring all the tools out of the tool shed. And it's important to remember that.
Right on the mark, both guys with the hook. Blocks that belt line well. Now his opponent got away from that uppercut. Burke's got to snap out of it. I mean, he went down earlier, but he just has the look of a fighter who's had everything taken out of him.
Yeah, you know, his personality is betraying him a little bit now, Joe. It's funny you bring that up because he's a careful guy anyway. But now after being hurt, boy, he's taking that to another level.
Oh, he is stunned. He could go down.
Keep busy, guys. Come on now, keep busy.
Fires right back at him. Not an accurate hook at all. A minute to go in what has been a memorable round. Great stuff from these two. Lands the counter. The Latin Snake's being very efficient right here. I mean, he's just picking his shots. His accuracy is through the roof.
Well, that's one of the talents, and you hope is a talent of a top fighter, is his ability to pick his shots, to be calm enough to see the openings. He's seeing everything right now.
What's that?
Working our way towards the bell. Last 10 seconds of the sixth. I don't know, Teddy. It just feels like one of those nights, one of those fights where somebody's getting hurt, where this is not going to the judges' scorecards.
I feel like I'm in Coney Island watching one of those hot dog eating contests where somebody's going to try to eat 50 of them, 60 of them. In other words, he's not worried how he's going to feel at the end of the night.
Wow! The Latin Snake's legs look shaky. He was hurt. Burke's mounting a comeback here, Teddy. Things were going against him. Now the tide is turned.
Good things come to those who wait or those who persevere. He persevered, good things are happening.
Cover your head.
Oh, damn, I
The
saw that coming.
Latin Snake stunned and staggered. Burke's showing some real guts here.
All right,
hey,
punch
this
it up.
fight was not going his way at all, but somehow he has gathered momentum.
Yeah, he behaved like a fighter. He got through the tough times, and now guess what? Good times in front of him.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Oh.
Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Good counter punch. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. So we come to the end of the round. And clearly a confidence booster for this man. He got to his opponent. He was able to stun him. Teddy, when a fighter comes back after doing what he just did, you see them almost light up, like get a little boost of energy because of that?
Yeah, it does build your confidence a little bit. You know, it makes you feel more secure. I can control this man. I had my way.
The Latin Snake's making me
real curious here, Teddy. I wonder, should he be sticking with this style after being rocked in this fight?
It's still early enough. I would say yes. You know, you don't want to panic. You don't want to just throw everything overboard. You want to stay with what brought you here. Hey, he's been taught this not for hours, not for days, not for weeks. You know, months and years he's been taught this. You don't throw it out. You stay with it.
Like a fighter, coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand.
Right moments.
Josiah, what's up? I was wondering if Jet Set Radio is available to
The
purchase.
fifth grade was epic, citywide test pressure, the pre-crack era.
I think they
What a
closed
prick, attitude matches wardrobe,
the
ugly
online
in his sin.
purchasing for 360.
This is best
Unless it's backwards compatible on the Xbox
943,
Series
tiny
X.
rooms, one view. Bucktown, Roosevelt House.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Burke. Nice block. Oh, Burke stunned and he is hurt.
Burke's now feeling the effects, Teddy, of having his opponent punch right through that guard.
Well, he should feel the effects. I mean, look, Joe, it's kind of like standing out in a rainstorm with an umbrella, and all of a sudden the wind's coming, and the rain's coming from the side, and you're standing there under the umbrella and saying, why am I getting wet? Well, you're standing there covering up. The punches are coming from the side. They're coming from all angles. You're going to get wet.
You're not always protected. Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Notre Dame to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great chins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. He's committed to that left hand, and it's working out. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautiful.
Well, Cus D'Amato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jabbed. When he's been sure of himself, he's jabbed. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
Turns over the hook after turning away his opponent's shot. Well, as that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear-cut. This is the... Oh! Burke stunned, and he is hurt. Oh, he's hurt. He was hurt right there, but now he's grabbing on like it's a life preserver.
And he's going to have to stay there if he's going to get through these rapids.
He scored well after being hit himself. Parries that punch intended for the head. Good block. A minute to go in what has been 2 minutes of sensational action. Neither man coming off stride. Good job protecting himself. Able to get rid of that one. Which way will it go? Let's find out by sending it up to the ring announcer.
We go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score the fight a unanimous decision. Your winner, the Lightning Snake.
He's your winner by unanimous decision. All 3 judges giving it to him.
I didn't agree with the judges completely, but they got the right guy winning.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. That does it ringside. We'll see you next time.
My accuracy. Terrible.
Mother said there'd be days like this. She never said how bad the nights could get. I entered the corners the same way I exit. I can't quit now, got too much invested. Obstacles in place in my face. Don't get greedy, maintain steady pace. Trying to spray my third eye with
Distance
mace.
my
I gotta keep my
fights, I
foot
have
close
two
just in
trains.
case. If you're gonna hold me down, cause I'm coming for the crown.
That way.
I'm gonna stand my ground and be the best pound for pound. Cause I'm ready, ready for the fight. Yes, I'm ready, ready for the fight. Yes, I'm ready. If there has to be a fight, then I'm ready. I'ma bring it any way I gotta swing it. The powers that be.
Good evening, everybody, and we welcome you to Wednesday Night Fights. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, welcoming you to the New Orleans State Palace Theater for a much-anticipated main event. 10 rounds, light heavyweights, between these 2 great warriors.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, the Lightning Snake.
Opening round scheduled for 10.
Teddy, many times throughout our broadcast we've seen through the years, when we get a southpaw versus an orthodox fighter, there can be a tendency for clashes of heads.
Yes, there can be, and also tripping a little bit. Sometimes they step on each other's feet.
Good-looking counterpunch. Nice combination. Jab, uppercut to the head. Well-placed, well-timed combo up top. And yet another jab lands. work the three-punch combination. He is floored by a big uppercut.
What the hell?
He gets up after that punch put him down on the canvas.
Now he needs to get on that bicycle and stay away from this guy.
The twists and turns and the non-stop battle, it continues on as we've reached the 1 minute mark to go. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Not able to land the headshot. Showing you some defense there with the block. Last 10 seconds.
You're okay, don't worry. You're doing fine.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach it.
Oh, and there you go. What a shot. Big hook comes in. Able to get rid of that one.
You know, boxing is a global sport. I think sometimes in North America we lose touch of that, but boxing is such a global sport, and every little region of the country defines its fighters differently, and the fighters are defined by where they come from.
Yeah, it really is. You know, sometimes if a fighter is from maybe a place where there's not many resources, then you're going to get a fighter who's a little cruder, and he's going to have to be more physical because, you know, he doesn't have the apparatuses in the gym where, you know, he can hit a double end ball or, you know, he can be inclined to be a little bit more technical. And I think that you're influenced by those kind of things, by the lackings of certain benefits in somebody's background or preparation.
Good block there by Sims. Holy cow! Oh, and a crushing hook just gets right to him. He is stunned there, and now he ties up.
He ties.
There it is! Sims is in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned. Good job protecting himself.
Let's see some more head movement. Let's see some more head
The Latin Snake's last round is a good example of what can happen when you just stay active. He threw more punches, he landed more punches. You can see the punch stats here, and it really paid off for him.
Yeah, what's that old saying? With great power comes great responsibility, and with great punch stats or high punch stats comes danger sometimes. Well, I made that one up. I don't know if there's actually
I like
a saying
it
for that. But that's where you got to be careful. Yeah, the punch numbers are real high, but the more you throw, the more chance of somebody catching you as you're throwing. He has to be aware of that.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. He's undefeated, this fighter, in the ring here tonight, but many times, Teddy, and many times, that also can mean that he's untested.
Absolutely, it does. And it means that his opponent is taking what looks like a weakness where he's going in there with an undefeated fighter, and he's the one on the short end of the stick, and he turns it around, and his people turn around and said exactly that. He hasn't been in there with anybody. He is tonight.
Does it surprise you that he's not going to the body as much as he could be?
Well, what surprises me is that he doesn't have the intuitiveness, you know, just the instinct to understand, to recognize the situation. That's part of the ability of a good fighter, to recognize what he should be doing in a certain situation. He's not seeing that. He should be going downstairs.
A minute to go in what has been a memorable round. Great stuff from these two. Nice combination, throwing more than one. Both scored there. tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Oh, and there you go. Sims has been stunned. And he returns on that exchange. The Latin Snake's back in his corner now, probably reflecting on what was a very solid round. Now, he didn't overwhelm his guy with a quantity of punches, but he was so effective with what he did put forth.
Yeah, you're right. You know, a lot of times people think that the muscles that count the most in any sport, and especially in this sport, such a difficult sport, is, you know, the biceps, the physical things that you see, you know, the chest, the back. You know, this guy's got the strong muscle up top, you know, over his shoulders, in between his shoulders, his brain. And that's why he's picking the spot so well. That muscle is serving him to win this fight right now.
1-2 jabs. A very crisp combination by Sims. It is unbelievable to sit back and just watch what these guys are willing to give and to take. Wow, what a fight so far.
Well, give and take, that's the key word. Sometimes you're forced to become great. And right now, each one of them are forcing the other to go to great places.
More than one, and it's just what he wants. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing.
Let's see some more head movement.
That right hand is becoming a crutch. He can just lean on it now.
Hands up, back to the body.
Oh, shit. Missed that one.
Sims' trainers are doing a good job, aren't they, Teddy? Carroll was rocked, but now look at him.
Yeah, they're giving them the right advice. You know, they've made a little strategic change here, a little bit of an adjustment. That's what you like to see. Not just the fighter thinking, but the corner, the support team thinking.
This has been a hotly contested war throughout, and you just have a sense that it's going to end at any moment in these later rounds.
Yeah, these guys are not saving anything. They're going for broke right from the beginning.
And there's the left hand working well for him again. Sims is making some costly mistakes here. Number one among them is he's not moving his head at all.
No, he's a stationary target right now. And now the only thing that he's lucky about is only one's coming at a time. But in a little while, his opponent, you know it, his opponent's going to start putting them together.
Holy cow! The Latin Snake stunned and he is hurt.
Work it out.
And now he's working well on the inside. He has walked through bullets, bazookas, and bombs, and he's still standing in there tonight, Teddy.
Yeah, this is a testament not just to the physical makeup. I know a lot of people at home are going to say, wow, what kind of bone does he have inside that chin? But it's his mind, too. He's making a choice, just like you do in life and other things. He's making a choice to deal with this. A lot of guys would have given in already.
Like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. Oh, and there you go. Sims has been stunned. Oh, look at that. He's hurt. But hey, I give him credit. He lands the hook, and now he lands on the ground.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He went down from a big shot. Now he's got to have some big guts to move along.
You're going to find out exactly what he's made of.
Round comes to an end. Knockdown was scored in that round. So, Teddy, you're working the corner of the guy who was just on the floor. What are you telling him?
You're telling him that if he's been down before, you want to actually use that for positive. I know that sounds crazy, but you say, hey, You've been here before. You've overcome it. You want to remind him that he can get back. And then the most important thing, Joe, is you tell him why he got dropped. So when he goes out there, he's not just scared going into a dark place saying, gee, it's going to happen again. He knows he has control.
Wow! He gets to him with an uppercut. Oh, man, he's in rough shape after absorbing that blow.
See some punches here.
This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
So you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Got that quick trigger, that little double jab there. Boom, boom.
And a smart counterpunch by Sims. Sims' legs look shaky. He was hurt. Sims is showing us some of those survival tactics that he's picked up as a pro. Was knocked down earlier, and now he's in survival mode.
And that's exactly where he needs to be.
And he goes down again. Will he get up from this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And this fight is over. The Latin Snake's gonna have his hand raised by way of KO. The 10 count reached, his opponent out. He's the victor.
That was better. That was better.
When the bright Plato met the mania's mittens in 20 minutes, it was Kratos on some blade of Olympus, pimping his questionable cargo to your district's most suspicious. Who swore up that mischief, making business to its limits. Volunteers line up with your purple hearts and common spears. Shake them till the getaways are localized and commandeered. A the Cobalt 60 kid of tripping over hiccups in the grid, or let his hounds go Baskerville up in his.
Faces form a Q and all breathe together. Propose a toast when you're comatose. What a nice gesture. All the while a stupor has them sleeping through the terror. We breezing through to the future like see you never. Anatomically probably with physiques too slender. Too muscle and tussle our way in, but we're not let up for consecutive seconds. Executive decisions make for preventative maintenance to the best of my interest. A toast to the last of a dying breed. They're crawling back to bed. They're falling back to sleep. A toast to the last of a dying breed. They're crawling back to bed. They're falling back to sleep.
Out of blistering, pace till his Fisher King. Legs to side of paralysis, make it interesting. Thanks, he's a traffic breathing out a little easy. He the magic, speaking dizzy as a kitty on the Nodus mini graphic. Smashes silly in the back, I'm in the bucket feeling actual. Rogue like it's wet a minute, bait and switches casual. Weatherman skulls to the pendulum dulls briefly. Sharpen and repeat like easy.
He sight beastly in the morning to the evening, sinks his teeth in a meaty reading for protein and meaning. It's no secret to each his own. We feeding it grow, we eat in unison or apart. We leave it alone. Plant the seed into the art. You read what you sow. Show a sea of them who you are. They're eager to know. Hard for sleep when they're crawling back, falling out with solar panels mounted in the attached. Bring energy, hold your glance. We try to help. We try to help. A toast to the last of a dying breed. They're crawling back to bed. They're falling back to sleep.
to LA, yo. Nobody move until we say so. They wanna know who got that NASA music. NASA music. NASA music. NASA music. I'm NASA from the year 40 water, man. I'm missing them days when we took swallows of the good life and f***ed away. Real drama, daddy, listen to Slay. He got the kid from the big gap with the biggest fish in the bay. We off the books money now, look money. See, I ain't laughing when it look funny or at them funny that took from me. That's why the crook of the crooks, honey. I'm hungry, trying to find money to cook for me. Got his own repertoire, a beast and I rep Bob and Block, the greatest. It's famous when you're dangerous.
Good evening and welcome to this pay-per-view extravaganza. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore, and we welcome you to Boardwalk Hall and the famed Atlantic City Boardwalk in southern New Jersey for tonight's main event. 10 rounds of light heavyweight action between these two great warriors. He's got his eye on the prize. He has complete focus on his ring walk here. Jermaine Taylor's making that final walk, and round number one is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight.
Obviously, the speed fighter has that mental edge over the low stamina fighter, but how can the low stamina fighter turn that around?
What he can do is maybe come out fast, kind of throw a little con game at the fast fighter. Let him think he wants to fight a fast fight, and the next thing you know, the fast fighter settled down a little bit. The other guy would get the pace he wanted.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Blocks that punch. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Not precise at all by Jermaine Taylor. 1-2 by Jermaine Taylor. Comes back with an overhand right. I guess it's already a sign of things to come. They are not wasting any time toe-to-toe in round one.
If this is an appetizer, please, please, bring on the meal.
Jermaine Taylor's defense did a good job there, able to avoid that punch. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs.
Carried away from catching. You got that? It's gonna happen. You're gonna catch it.
Here we go. Round two is underway. Nice strike after catching one by Jermaine Taylor. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head.
Some more head movement.
You know, a lot of people, Teddy, think that fighters like these two in the ring don't have it.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, that uppercut got him badly. Good defensive skill. And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. Good looking counter by... Oh, he is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor. And there's swelling around his eye. There's a taste of the sweet science. You see the skill he has in counterpunching.
And you know what he's doing is taking his opponent's jab away.
Oh, and there you go. What a hook to the body, and he is down and in bad shape.
1, 2, 3.
And somehow, some way, he's going to continue on here.
And if he's going to stay in this fight, now he's got to avoid his opponent like the Black Plague.
Comes right back with a shot of his own. End of the round. So he scores the knockdown and now heads back to his corner. Teddy, do you ever have to calm a guy down after he scored a knockdown?
That's a really great point, because a lot of times that can be the turning point, but not for your guy that scored the knockdown, for the other guy. Because sometimes when you score a knockdown, you start to think it's going to be an easy night. And you forget what you knew when you came in. That wasn't going to be an easy night. You were going to have to bring all the tools out of the tool shed. And it's important to remember that.
Thought he had his target, but way off to the side with the uppercut. You know, you go out there, a fighter like this, you were just knocked down in the last round. Now you got to go out there, you got to prove to your opponent, hey, I'm fine. You got to prove to the whole arena, hey, look at me, I'm fine. You also have to prove a lot to yourself, though, don't you?
Yeah, but you have to remember, that's a good question, but you have to remember this fighter has been there before. So just remember, I have dealt with it before. And then you have to be David Copperfield. A little bit of a magician, a little smoke and mirrors, and con your opponent. Let him think you're all right. Let him think you even want to fight when really you just want to buy a little time.
Well done that time, landing the counter punch. Sharp and accurate 1-2 by Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine Taylor's been having great success with these combinations, Teddy.
Well, there's a reason for it. He's using his jab to start it, and then he's letting the punches go, letting their hands follow.
He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. A little head hunting right back to it. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Comes right back at him with a left hand.
Oh.
The Latin Snake's last round is a good example of what can happen when you just stay active. He threw more punches, he landed more punches. You can see the punch stats here, and it really paid off for him.
Yeah, what's that old saying? With great power comes great responsibility, and with great punch stats or high punch stats comes danger sometimes. Well, I made that one up. I don't know if there's actually a saying for that. But that's where you got to be careful. Yeah, the punch numbers are real high, but the more you throw, the more chance of somebody catching you as you're throwing. He has to be aware of that.
Blocks that belt line well. A nice, crisp hook after a fine defensive effort. It is unbelievable to sit back and just watch what these guys are willing to give and to take. Wow, what a fight so far.
Well, give and take, that's the key word. Sometimes you're forced to become great. And right now, each one of them are forcing the other to go to great places.
Good looking counter punch. Halfway through. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Jermaine Taylor's hurt by a big shot.
What the frick?
What a shot. Big hook comes in. Teddy, what does he need to do right here? He has no balance. His legs aren't underneath him.
Well, you know he can't move because he's going to fall on his own, or the referee's going to stop it. So believe it or not, he's either got to grab or he's got to stand on the rope, stay right in front of the guy, and move his head to make a miss. He can't use his legs.
This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, when special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. Fires right back at him. The end to another very entertaining round in what has been a very entertaining fight. A fight where there's just bad intentions. A fight that just doesn't have the feel of a fight that's going to be a decision win for somebody. Looks like somebody's going to get stopped.
Right from the beginning, they've been fighting with desperation. Like going the decision, as you just touched on, has not been in their minds at all.
Protecting his head well with his guard.
Like, I've been hitting this guy. This guy's been hitting all the time.
Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes a guy is making a silent agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit me hard back. He's not confident enough now to throw the punches without worrying about what will come back at him.
Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Jermaine Taylor is doing a nice job being comfortable on the outside. They are bringing out the best in each other. I mean, you can just tell when they meet up in the middle of this ring, they're bringing out the best in each other. Jermaine Taylor's able to avoid that punch. Coming to the end of round number 5, last 10 seconds.
Get the complex on.
So we've reached the halfway point of this main event. Nice block. missed that shot up top. Lands the counter. Wow! The Latin Snake's almost out of it there. He was stunned. A good block. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. It's been 2 minutes of non-stop action. Now the final minute has arrived. And now they're trading blows. Jermaine Taylor's hand speed right now, the difference with what we just saw, able to land that combination.
Yeah, he's probably going to need a little bit more down the road, but right now, that's got him in front.
Once again, he goes down. Can he survive this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So he is able to get up to his feet after that knockdown. But and there's the bell. He is saved by the bell. Oh, boy, Teddy, he's in a world of hurt now. Only 60 seconds in front of him.
And you know what? Less than 60 seconds. It took him 5 seconds to get him on that stool. So right now, they can't concentrate just on telling him things, and he needs to be told why he got hit. But they got to get ice on him, and they got to, right now, they have to revive him.
Jermaine Taylor's doing a good job tonight on the outside. He's able to score from the outside, keeping a safe distance away from his opponent. Jermaine Taylor's making for a trainer's dream right now. Picking his shots, Teddy. Selecting when, where, and being very accurate.
Yeah, the old timers would say he's a real...
Oh! The Latin Snake stunned, and he is hurt. Oh, precise and painful. The hook puts him down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I was losing that game. Crazy. Yeah, I think that's the mistake I did. I was jumping too far ahead, not enough training. So I can't compete with these guys. That is it for the boxing. Take care, guys.